Mental health ruined my aspirations of becoming a professional footballer. With it being Men's Mental Health Month, I wanted to talk to you about the reality of the mental side of football and hopefully share some tips and advice that I've learned in my journey that may help you in the future. Throughout my football career and journey, I've always been very, very honest with you guys. You've seen it all on YouTube. We've played youth football, we've played men's football, we've played in 5 different levels of football, we've played in 2 different countries, and it's always been up and down. And I will return to football, there is no doubt about that. Despite how I felt after I left America, we will return. When I first started this journey, I'd just come out of a long-term injury. I lived only for football. It's all I wanted to do. It's the only thing that made me happy. It was the only thing I did. It was the only thing I thought about. And I documented the entire journey online for you lot to see as well. Unfortunately for me, I've been particularly susceptible to injuries. My body hasn't been very kind to me, or I haven't been very kind to it. It's probably a bit of both. When I first started my 365-day challenge to a pro academy, I was really strong-willed, I was determined, and my mental health was good. Despite this, I cannot say that the hate that I received online when I very first started didn't hurt. I was so invested in the journey, and I received a lot of support online from people who'd just started watching, and I'm always very thankful for that. But as a 16-year-old, you don't remember the positive stuff. It's the negative stuff that hits you. And that brings me nicely to the Striver app.
No more hate.
No more abuse.
Time to make a change is nigh.
Join our mission.
And together,
we can put an end to this online abuse.
Welcome to Striver.
Welcome to Striver.
Welcome to Striver. Welcome to Striver.
Welcome to Striver.
welcome to Striver.
Welcome to Striver.
Striver is a social media app based completely around football. It utilises the use of AI and tracking technology to crack down on online bullying and hate. Striver is led by World Cup winning legends Gilberto Silva and Roberto Carlos. When Striver first reached out to me, I thought, as it's Men's Mental Health Month, I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to try and make a positive environment online that all footballers can go to and use whenever they want. Striver has officially launched, so go check it out. The link will be in my description. And also make sure when you're on the app to go check out my profile and follow. There'll be some exclusive content on there. To continue on with my journey, the focus changed from hate and became other problems. As I told you, I continued training very hard. I didn't let the hate get to me. I continued working and I improved a lot. A little over a year had passed of just this hard work constantly and the lockdown as well, and I found myself in a football academy. I'd spent whole of my lockdown training. I was so much better than before and I was confident and I was very, very excited. And then came the injuries. We had minor injuries, we had major injuries, and we missed nearly all of my first season of academy football. If you've been through serious injuries, you'll understand, because it takes away the one most important thing in your life. Your mental well-being tends to take a nosedive because everything you've put into that sport has just gone out the window for that certain time frame. And for me, I felt like I had nothing and I went into some very, very dark places. Now fast forward another 2 years and I've managed to make it without any serious injuries. I'm on the next chapter in my footballing journey. I'm about to head off on a scholarship to the USA to play football/soccer in New York State. It broke me in so many different ways. Imagine you're working your whole life towards a big dream. You've had it in your head and this dream is so idyllic and perfect. And when you get there, it just isn't what you expect. I knew America was going to be hard. You struggle with moving away from home, not knowing anyone, a culture change. And then on top of that, I had it not hitting my expectations. Despite all that, what broke me was football. When you're at home and football isn't going your way, you have your comfort zone, you have your family and friends, You have your environment that you're familiar with. In America, I was fit, I was playing every game, but I wasn't enjoying any of it. For me, everything crashed. My performances were okay, they were average. But the real problem was I lost my love for football completely. And I never thought in a million years I would sit there saying that. I would have died for football before that. But out there, I lost my love completely for football. Imagine being 5,500 kilometers away from home and losing the only thing you've ever loved. I cried every day, I broke down every day. My mental health was the worst it's been, and there wasn't a day where I didn't want to go home. My experience in the USA majorly affected my headspace, and to this day, it still affects my life and how I think, but I wouldn't change it for anything. Nothing. Currently, I am sat 1 month post the biggest operation I've ever had in my life. I've been injured for 5, nearly 6 months. I've got another 9 to 12 months of rehab before I can play football. I'm on the other side of the country to my family and everything I know, but my mental health is good. I'm okay, I'm content. Some points I'm happy, some points I'm sad, but I'm content, and I'm not in those places where you struggle to crawl out from. And as much as I am only 20 and no expert on life, I believe I have some tips just from my experiences, and we've hit some bumps in the road and we've gone over some ramps, but we're here today and we're doing okay. And so I'm going to share some advice and tips. The first one is perhaps the most important one that I learned. Football cannot be the only thing in the world. You need to have something else. A switch can be flipped like that. And if you stop enjoying it, if you get injured, if you can't play it, it can ruin your head completely, ruin it. Number 2 is try new things. The more you try, the more you will find something else you like. You need to have other things that give you new views on life, and you need to be content doing something other than football. The third one is build a community, whether that be family, friends, neighbours, or on the Striver app. A lot of the times when I was first down in my life, in my football journey, I had masses of support from social media, and I'm very, very grateful for that because it kept me inspired to keep going. Number 4 is don't live in regret. The past is the past. It's not going to change. I would love to have given America a different shot and had it work out differently to be out there now playing football, but I don't live in regret. I'm here now because of what happened. I'm happy for it because I've experienced something that most people haven't, and I've learned so much about myself. Me coming back from America in pieces presented a new opportunity to come to university and study video production and follow another aspiration of mine to become a content creator. Number 5 is the most important for me, and it's finding balance. I still struggle with this one. It is finding balance between productivity, working hard, working your ass off, and doing things that make you happy. Every day I have internal fights with my head. I've done the jobs for the day. When I then sit on the Xbox and play with my friends, my head still sits there and says, oh, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your life, what are you doing, enjoying yourself, you can't be doing that, you got to be working hard. My mental well-being is worth more than putting myself through those hardships. If you find that balance, you will consistently build and build and build and build and build. You'll create a better future for yourself and you'll be happy. And that, I believe, brings me to the end of the video. So I hope you have enjoyed, learned something. I hope that maybe it can help someone. As I said, make sure you download Striver because I will be on there, and I do think, even though I'm working with them, that it's actually a very good idea for an app. I think creating that community of footballers is very, very beneficial for all of us. It can, just a message in a hard time from someone else can just bring you up. So as I said, thank you for watching. Other than that, as always, keep training.